Hello. Today I'm going to talk about the ruby-throated hummingbird. It's the only hummingbird that is on the east coast of the United States. And pretty much east of the Mississippi you will find him. They winter in Mexico and Central America generally. And sometime in May they show up in New England and southward. They do go up to Canada as well. Here he's enjoying a solution of 2 cups boiling water to 1 cup white sugar, and you stir it and dissolve it. When the sugar is completely dissolved, you add 2 cups additional water, and that you stir and let cool before you put it in a nectar feeder. Some feeders are better than others. Some, like wasps and bees and things and other animals, bugs, can get to nectar, and ants and things. I like the ones that have a longer sort of spout where his beak goes in and his tongue gets the solution. It keeps the bees and the wasps out. I also have flowers in my yard. I only keep up 1 nectar feeder generally. I know a lot of people have multiple feeders, and it's good to keep them at different levels. They can be pretty aggressive or territorial, keeping other hummingbirds away. You'll see that in this video. I also have a lot of wildflowers like columbine, salvia, agaste, and I have a butterfly bush, which isn't native, but they do like it. Let's see. So salvia, if you deadhead the flowers after they start to fade, it will keep it blooming for a longer amount of time. Same with a lot of flowers. So if you want to do that, that's good. And they should be spread out as well because they can get territorial with each other around the flowers because it's a food source. Also, when they come up in May, the males come up first, and they will eat sap from maple trees that woodpeckers have previously made a hole, and so it's oozing out. They will eat that. And as the bugs arrive or come out of their hibernation type state, they'll eat those. So when the females come up, they generally will nest anywhere on the east coast, but it takes them about 10 days. The female makes the nest herself, and the bottom is quite solid, but the sides are made to expand as the hatchlings grow. The nest also gets a little wider. You will feed, or they both will feed the babies, primarily bugs because they need high protein to grow. The size of the eggs are about the size of a coffee bean, just to give you some perspectives, and the babies are very small. And they have a hard time surviving the first year. But if they do survive the first year, the odds are pretty good that they'll live 2 to 5 years on average. The longest living hummingbird lived to be 9 years, 1 month, and that was in captivity. The babies start to fly when they reach about 21 days old. type of feeder showing is one that I particularly like, although I hear that some people say they leak. I haven't found that to be the case. Here I was going to set up the camera and a hummingbird was on the feeder.
That's so cool. Wow. Wow. What are you doing? Oh, what was that?
That was fun. All right, so let's see, what else can I tell you? The females are slightly larger than the males, and they do not have the red on the throat. But I notice at my feeder, they are aggressive towards each other. So maybe they're not a couple, the ones that are fighting or chasing each other off here. See there it is. That was a female, and now this is just the male here. I hope you enjoyed this. I had fun putting this together. It took me, there's several days of footage that I, went through to find where the hummingbirds were showing up, and I chained it all together. One more thing I don't want to forget to tell you is the homemade nectar that I make. After you make it, you can refrigerate it up to 5 days. If it's hot, I like to change it every day. But if it's, on a cooler side, I change it out every other day. But generally, I wash them with hot, hot, hot water, and I let them soak in that hot water. I do that, for a couple of rotations, and then rinse it off and let it dry. And I let it dry like for a couple of days. I have several feeders. I have two of this feeder, which I really like. I feel like the more you clean them, the less likely they'll get slimy. You will feel the slime in there, and they can get moldy, and then you can't get the mold out because sometimes it's hard to get inside to wash them. I like the ones with the wide, where you unscrew it, it's wide so you can clean it out nicely and easily. The ones with a narrow spout where you put in the nectar aren't that great. They're hard to clean and to keep clean, more importantly. I like the glass ones over the plastic ones as well. This is a great activity for kids, I think, and children, just to see the birds. It's a great activity for kids. If you like this or any of my other videos, please consider subscribing or following me. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thank you for watching.